The first thing we're going to do is go over all the buttons on the phone. The most important button is the home button, and it's right in the middle at the bottom of the phone. So if you're on the search page or you're on the notification page, anytime you hit the home button, you're going to go back to that original home screen. Open an app, hit the home button, and you're back at the home screen. The next buttons are the volume buttons. You got the volume down and the volume up, and the switch at the top is the mute switch for your ringer. That will mute your ringer anytime you need to silence your ringer. The other button is the lock screen button. Some models have it at the top of the phone. Most recent iPhones have the lock screen button on the side here. Go ahead and hit that. Hit the home button to log back into your phone. Alright, so you basically got 5 buttons. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 buttons. And you have the home button at the bottom, the volume buttons and the switch on the side, and the lock screen button on the other side. Alright, now we're going to go over gestures and home button presses. The first gesture we're going to go over is the swipe. And the swipe is the most common gesture used with smartphones. It's used in almost every app, and it's used to get around on your home screen as well. So to learn how to swipe, it's pretty straightforward. You're just going to move your finger across the screen in one direction or another. From the home screen, you can swipe in all 4 different directions and get 4 different results. You can swipe up, swipe from the side, swipe down, and swipe from the other side, each one giving you a different result. Generally speaking, a swipe can start from anywhere, but if you start in the middle of the screen and swipe up, it just swiped to the side. So sometimes it can make an error. That's why I recommend a swipe going from the very edge of the screen to the direction that you want. That way it always knows which way you want to swipe. So if you start on the edge of the screen and swipe in a direction, it'll always get it right. Alright, so now I just want to actually try the swipe. So go ahead and swipe up and swipe back down. And notice you can swipe up and tap here and have it go away, or swipe up and hit the home button to make it go away. So notice there are a few ways to get back to where you were. If you swipe over to get the search bar, you need to swipe back to get to the home screen, or swipe over and hit the home button to get back to the home screen. Now swipe over the other way and swipe back, or swipe over and then hit the home button to get back. Either way works. Same with the notifications. Swipe down and swipe up, or swipe down and hit the home button, and that takes you back to the home screen. Next, I want to go over the home button presses. There's a single home button press, and then there are some other ones that we can go over. So the first one is just pressing it once. It'll take you back to the home screen. So go ahead and swipe from any direction and then hit the home button, and it'll take you back to the original home screen that you were in. You can do this from an app too. So go ahead and open an app, hit the home button, it'll take you back. Open settings, hit the home button, it'll take you back. And what about the double press on the home button? It's kind of like a double click. Go ahead and try it. You see it opens the app switcher, which are all of your apps that you've opened in the past. Hit the home button one more time and it'll take you back to the home screen. So go ahead and double click the home button, open the app switcher, and swipe up on any app. that you want to close all the way, that won't be running in the background. And then that way you've closed all of the apps that you've opened. Now we're going to open Notes, open the News app, and open the HomeKit app. So we've opened 3 apps now, and when we double click the home button, you'll notice the 3 apps that we opened in order. If you want to switch to a different app that you opened in the past, this is an easy way to do it without going back to the home screen. So really there are 2 ways to get to the app. You can go back to the home screen and open it up, or you can use the shortcut method and double tap the home button and then get to it that way from the app switcher screen. Hit the home button, that'll take you back to the home screen. You can select an app there, or double click and select the app from the app switcher screen. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and close this, go back to the home screen. Now the next gesture, it sort of grew out of the fact that you can't reach the top row of icons with your thumb if you're holding the phone in your hand. What you see is if you're holding it in your hand and you're trying to reach it, if your hands are smaller, that your thumb won't be able to reach all the way up there. So they created a gesture on the home button that brings the icons down. What it is a double touch on the home button, and that just brings the icons down. You can send them back up by double touching the home button again. Notice, double touch the home button, tap tap, and they shift down. Select the app that you need, and then what happens when you double touch in an app? Same thing, it brings the screen down so that you could reach what you couldn't reach before with your thumb. If you hit the home button, that'll take you out of that, so you probably want to double touch just to go back to set the screen back up to the top. Double tap, double tap, double touch, and double touch. That gesture really helps if you're like using your phone with one hand.